Hello everyone, this is Fantastic Worlds. Welcome you back to Lovecraft Country and our next journey through Call of Cthulhu, Dark Corners of the Earth. Now, some of you may be aware, there's another Call of Cthulhu game coming out in 2018, and about 4 weeks after I'm making this recording, and that kind of prompted me to want to look at its spiritual precursor, which is this one. Now, they're both games based on the Call of Cthulhu RPG by Chaosium, but this one wears its Lovecraftian influences even more. The game itself is sort of a remake of two of Lovecraft's stories, the most important being the Shadow Over Innsmouth, but also the Shadow Out of Time. And it contains, for the most part, almost the entirety of two Chaosium classic adventures, which are Escape from Innsmouth and Raid on Innsmouth, although some of the details are different, and the reason as to why is a bit of a spoiler, so I'm going to let you find out. Now, horror, the true horror that paralyzes the mind and scars it with nightmares, is never truly healed. So true, so true. It's referring to the sanity system. Now, some of you might be aware of the classic game Eternal Darkness, which I pray I will one day be able to do. Call of Cthulhu, Dark Corners of the Earth is what we're doing now, however, but they have a similar mechanic in which, as the protagonist encounters the dark forces around him, his mind snaps and hallucinations and other effects begin. So, let's get to it. Arkham Asylum, 16 February 1922. Now, this is actually an important date. Believe it or not,
At my end, I can fully see. My last case opened in me a new fear, a real fear, a fear of myself, what I am, and of what I've always been. All that I was is now lost. Hope, purpose, pleasure, all meaningless. I now walk in the shadows between worlds, and it is there I have finally glimpsed upon what lives in the dark corners of the earth.
well, both our title drop and introduction to our title character, Jack Walters. Now, this is a man who has had a successful Call of Cthulhu game. If you people who don't know, Lovecraftian universes are so difficult that the paper and pen RPG has a classic 85% fatality rate, with 14% becoming insane and 1% becoming, well, something other than human. And this is a classic exit strategy for most protagonists as well. There's just something about witnessing the cosmic horrors of the universe that makes you not want to be part of it anymore. Ooh. Gonna put a viewer discretion on this one. And now we go back to the beginning of poor Jack's madness. More traditional ink. Jack P. Walters. Back in his more handsome days. It's 1920... well, would it be 6.5 years ago? This would make this probably 1917. Which means the great... oh, 1915! Which one of us is not doing math well? Well, that's not forbidding at all.
Better be good. What's the beef?
Sorry, Jack. We had to call. This fellow will only talk to you. Name's Victor Holt.
Don't know any. Victor?
He's the leader of this weird cult that moved in here a few months back. Got about 20 followers. They've been causing trouble all over town. Stealing, going through folks' trash, hanging around outside people's homes at all hours. No one ever presses charges, though. They're a screwy bunch. They've got the locals scared. So tonight, we were just passing, doing the normal rounds, when we heard gunshots fired from their property.
Gunshots? Hang on there. No one said anything about gunshots. Who have we got out here?
Just me, Nichols, and a few new recruits.
Well, that's just great. Lead the way, Robert. I better check out this crazy gang of yours.
A word of advice for voice actors, a nasal accent is not a Boston accent, or whatever the hell that was supposed to be. Yes, here we are, 1915, before America joins the Great War, and our biggest problem was Lovecraftian cults trying to bring about the end of the world. Alright, dude, what do you gotta say?
How you doing, kid?
Good, sir. Is it true what they say about you?
Depends on what they're saying.
That you've cracked cases where there was no evidence.
You shouldn't believe everything you hear.
Right.
That's interesting.
Always questions I'm in no mood for answering.
Okay. Want to try to fill me in some more about the crazy wackos with guns that you want to send me in unarmed with about?
Jack, Officer Nichols will brief you at the top. Be careful.
Oh, you're kicking us upstairs.
Jack, Officer Nichols will brief you at the top.
Ugh,
Be careful.
great.
What's taking him so long? Something must be wrong.
I think I saw him with Officer Armstrong. Just take it easy.
We're wide open here.
It's okay. I've got you covered.
Look.
I don't like this. Something's not right.
Something's not right. Nothing's right about this.
I'm standing right here, guys. Oh, gods. And it's not my fault you don't know how to take cover.
Evening, Jack. Glad you could join the freak show.
How's it looking, Henry?
I don't like this one bit, Jack. Check the alley on the right. Victor Holt's over there in the shadows. He's waiting for you.
Can we trust him?
Nope, but we've got you covered. You better take it slowly, though. They're a bit twitchy.
Okay. Twitch.
Try to stay calm. You better hurry, Jack.
Yeah, you said to go hurry and then go slow. Oh, for crying out loud. My ears. Yeah, this is what the sanity effects look for, by the way. And I'm just running to cover right now. Yeah, you might notice this is a first-person shooter and I don't have a gun. Here. Okay, this is totally not creepy. Not creepy whatsoever. Right then. Okay. So while the battle between the cops and the cultists is going on, let's check out their place, shall we? And of course, despite having electric lights outside, it's not much in here. Nice fire, candlelight, Cthulhu devouring the souls of the unclean. That's a nice selfie.
A powerful painting of some cosmic horror.
Oh, Jack has some more stuff to say about it. Here, what about
This
this?
blasphemous image makes me feel uneasy. Fire's still burning.
Oh, this is great. I've forgotten Jack has so much to say. He can be a chatty Cathy sometimes. How about this? Nothing? This.
As I continue to translate the narcotic fragments, I become more and more eager to contact my Yithian masters. These beings truly are gods to us. Their intellect and knowledge surpasses ours in ways impossible to comprehend. I know now just how insignificant mankind is in the universe, a doomed and simple species thrown up as a side effect of an experiment by the elder things. It is a blessing that such flawed creatures as ourselves have such a short and limited future.
Yeah, that's a mention of about... Oh, here we go. You have picked up your first journal item. Select the book icon in the interface to study your journal. It may reveal vital clues. When no book icon is grayed out, there are no entries to read. Alright. I'm gonna have to remember how these controls work. In the meantime, let's just wander around a bit.
The board has been used to illustrate a diagram.
It's an interesting shape there. But yes, that document is going to sum up pretty much our experiences here. The hypnotic fragments, the Yithian beings, the other beings mentioned in that manuscript are all directly from Lovecraft's stories. That the Mountain of Madness refers to the elder things creating humanity as kind of a byproduct of an actual experiment and just, throwing them out to let them breed into the world. And the aquatic fragments are some of their documents, I believe. Not gonna remember every single elder tome. Probably should get back to the story.
That's an unusual design.
That's all you gotta say about it, Jack? What about this one? Ooh, that looks like it's a Yithian. 3 arms, head, and a skirt.
A depiction of some alien creature.
Anything in here? Okay, I think we've checked out this room sufficiently. Jesus, guys. Don't go all David Koresh on everybody. Man, the lighting here sucks.
It's an old stove. It's hot and giving off a lot of smoke.
Well, here's the thing you gotta remember, guys. You may notice something that I have absolutely
It's
no
too hot to
HUD.
be sure, but that rotting smell tells me these shelves are used for storing food.
Well,
Probably food, and the rats have been at it.
yeah, cultists don't have the best, you know, lifestyle. Yeah, there is a rat. Alright. Okay. Main hall.
That symbol's strange. Looks almost like a flaming eye. I should take a closer look.
Yeah, let's look at the image that reminds you of Sauron. 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Or is it evening? I have no idea. But yes, these are save symbols. Thank God. Okay then. Now this here is our inventory. Now as you can see, there's the book icon, which has our diary. A local disturbance, September 6, 1915. Evening. I guess I'm becoming a victim of my own success. After closing the last 5 cases so fast, the papers have been calling me a local hero, but I just had a run of lucky hunches, that's all. I'm just another cop doing his job. So there's a disturbance at the local residence. It's probably just a bunch of kids hopped up in moonshine. Why call in a detective? Yes. At this point, Jack is a plainclothes detective for the Massachusetts... I don't know if it's local or state. Probably state. Police force. Maybe the uniformed boys are sore at being out in this weather and they want to share their joy with the local hero. It wouldn't be the first good-natured prank I've had to take since those newspaper reports. I don't know though, something doesn't feel right. It's more than just a regular bad feeling. It's hard to explain, but it's strong. I'm probably just tired. Those dreams don't help. I can't remember when I got a good night's sleep. Must be a month at least. Right about the time I started my run of lucky hunches. The dreams have been getting worse lately. I'm almost afraid to close my eyes. Bourbon held at first, but not anymore. The lack of sleep must be affecting my nerves. Well, jitters or not, I better be going. Alright. Now the general evidence. We have the podium sermon. Now, I've actually gone over this, but it's good to see that you can actually go back over this stuff. Now, in Mythos tomes, we have nothing. These are actual documents, some of which are from Lovecraft stories, which hold eldritch knowledge and are very dangerous to our sanity. Jack's sanity and health is up here, and you notice that there are first aid supplies here, and we can only carry about a dozen items. Now, game time. It is now 9:50 in. Yeah, that's morphine. We'll get to that later. Dude, we just did that.
It looks like an eye, but the rest of the painting has no real shape.
What about this one again?
It's a strange painting, but it reminds me of something.
Keep shooting!
Oh, I should probably do something about that. What, nothing in this one?
This blasphemous image makes me feel uneasy.
Well, it's probably just the bad art, which is probably just because of the low graphics of this early game. Oh, that sucks. I suppose we should find... Now, one of the things Jack can do is he can sneak. Sort of like the Skyrim...
It's locked.
Sort of like the Skyrim crouching. Just, however, he tends to fog up his own lens. I've never really figured that one out. Anything to say about this?
The front door has been barricaded with tables and chairs. There's no way of getting to the door.
Now, it's a good thing to have Jack...
To the right, taking cover. Kill him!
It's a good thing to have Jack check things multiple times, because he can have more to say. God, who's gargling?
It's been boarded up.
I don't like the sound of that.
The wood in those shelves looks rotten. Figures they'd collapse. The shelves have collapsed and spilled books all over the floor.
Man, this place must have been a fixer-upper they never fixed. Here we go, going tiptoe down the hall. Seriously, you had 2 electric lights out front. What the heck happened to the rest of it?
It won't budge.
Getting Silent Hill flashbacks.
It won't budge.
You know how virtually every door... Wow, hey, that was a realistic muzzle flash. Not something I actually want to see. Oh, hi. Don't mind if I sneak up on you, do you? You don't look so good, dude. Well, F you too, I guess. Jesus. Anything here of interest?
Empty ammo boxes and spent shells.
You
Nothing useful.
ran out of ammo, I guess.
Seem to recognize me. I don't get it.
Well, they could have been spying on us, I guess.
His body is covered in tattoos, and they were carved into his flesh with something sharp.
Oh, man. Millennials. Ironically, that's actually works this time. 1915, these would be millennials. Of the last millennia.
The body's still warm.
Okay, more
It's still
Centurions.
dead. They seem to recognize me. I don't get it.
Oh. This is what you get for joining a cult, kids.
An old wardrobe.
You die alone in an empty room. Now, him recognizes could just be the articles, of course. Oh, well, here we are. Oh, man. This wasn't casualty from the
Poison
fight.
by the looks of it.
What the...
He's dead.
Well, he's dead,
They're
Jim.
all dead.
Oh, wait. Sorry, he doesn't like to look at dead bodies because he's a cop. Obviously, he can't take dead bodies. All right, calm down, Jack. It's okay. We'll set you by the
The
fire.
stove's still burning.
Make yourself feel a little better. But yeah, if you take a look... Oh, man. Seriously, your heartbeat isn't even skipping, dude. I want to go see if there was something on that bed.
I can't open it.
What about
I
that?
can't open it.
Alright. Thought maybe there was a book or something. And we can try... Oh, were we holding our breath the whole
I can't
time?
open it. Suicide. Or rather, mass suicide. These nuts had some serious issues.
Tell me about it.
Poison appears to have been on the menu.
You know...
He's dead. They're all dead. I can't open it.
That book's nothing either. Okay, so...
Suicide. Or rather, mass suicide.
let's...
These nuts had some serious issues. Nothing of interest.
Not even the book?
Nope, nothing of interest.
Oh, okay. I'll take your word for it. Ugh. Anything else down here? Oh, hi. Probably should sneak. Cutscene power to the max.
Don't shoot. I'm unarmed.
Ah, we've been expecting you, Mr. Walton.
Guys.
Damn, he recognized me. And it sounded like he was going to get on the level with what's going on in this joint.
That sucks.
Damn, he recognized me. And it sounded like he was going to get on the level with what's going on in this joint.
Ugh.
He's dead. Looks like a bad case of lead poisoning.
Oh, Jack, that is a terrible joke.
A key. This should help downstairs.
Well, thank you, Jack. I couldn't have figured that myself. Ugh. Alright, fine. A copper key with S engraved on the head. I think everybody's dead at this point. Strikes me as kind of odd, actually. Why did, like, 3 guys decide to shoot it out and everybody else decides to kill themselves? I mean, well, of course there could only be 3 guns to go around. Alright. Let's head back to the first door we couldn't open. Is that back here? No, these 2 are openable, so it's got to be this one.
It's unlocked.
Yeah, that looks significant, so let's see what else we got.
It's locked. It's locked.
Oh, apparently you have to go in this way. Hang on quite a second. That looks like a familiar mug now, doesn't it? All of these pictures are of Jack, so we've got an entire cult of stalkers. Oop, key.
Another key. This should fit the door across the hall.
Let's see what we can see here.
What the hell is going on? It seems they've been tracking my movements.
Yeah, nothing like having a stalker shrine at the middle of a Lovecraftian cult to make you feel a little nervous. And they have a daily itinerary? My god, am I this predictable?
It's a timetable of my movements. Looks like it's from 2 days ago. What the hell is going on?
Well, this is what...
It seems they've been tracking my movements.
I guess this is what stalkers did before the internet? They had to make their own image boards. Alright, let's go check out that other room.
It's unlocked.
Oh, libraries.
For nutcases, they seem quite literate.
Yeah, the most dangerous thing in any Lovecraftian story is the books. Not only will they fill your mind with the actual horrible truth of...
These books are really old. And most of them are in strange languages I don't understand.
Oh, that's right.
I don't have time to read.
Okay.
I'm a detective, not a pen pusher.
Dude, detectives have to be among the most educated people in the world. That is just simply laziness on your part.
It appears to be a private study area.
Okay, so now I remember how to do this. Let's see. There we go. And let's see what we've got. Collection of general evidence. The Boston Globe, 20 August 1909, which would be 6 years before this point. Enlightened or duped inside Boston's strangest church. Those of our readers who live near its headquarters and ordinary-looking Boston residents will need to know introduction to the Fellowship of Yith. Now, Yith being a Lovecraftian race of time travelers. Kinda, I suppose, a much darker version of Time Lords, or whatever the cult's name is. Those who have not encountered this mysterious, semi-religious group before, a few words of explanation are necessary. Since our country's founding upon the basis of religious freedom, its shores have been home to many small religious groups outside the mainstream. No small number are headquartered in the state of New England, where the Pilgrims themselves sought a new world free of religious persecution. But the question must be asked, at what point does a religion become a cult, and its trusting adherents, not to mention blameless neighbors, become victims? That is the question that the journal poses in regards to the Fellowship of Yith, which obviously is these guys. In a month-long investigation, our intrepid reporters have diligently sought out the truth behind this so-called church. Its origins are somewhat mysterious, the more so since the group's leaders declined to be interviewed or to assist our investigation in any way. However, it seems that the Fellowship was founded more than 20 years ago by one Victor Holt, based on the revelation he received from beyond the confines of the world. Holt has not been seen for almost 6 years. Interesting. His followers apparently believe he is communing with the mysterious powers behind his faith, and that he is shortly to return with new sights and new teachings. That or he's in Fiji with all their money. All this sounds like a harmless, if eccentric spiritual group, little different from many others. However, those who make their homes near the Fellowship's headquarters tell a different, more sinister story. The adherents of this obscene sect are to be found loitering on street corners, casting menacing glances at the innocuous neighbors and frequently engaging in acts of petty crime, which the local police seem powerless to prevent or redress. Strange lights have been observed burning in the windows of the old houses at all hours of the day and night. They change color unpredictably and cast weird, unintelligible shadows. Even more disturbing are the noises which have heard to issue from these mysterious buildings. They include chanting, unearthly music, and worst of all, screams of lost souls in agony. Well, that's what happens when you tattoo yourself with a knife. Many of the sect's neighbors are convinced that the services include human sacrifice or other similar atrocities. Those few who dare complain to police were told that is because the house is private property and because there is no concrete evidence of any wrongdoing. The most they can do is file a noise complaint. Are the horrors of Salem being reenacted in our city more than 2 centuries on? Is the Fellowship of Yith engaging in unspeakable and criminal acts of worship involving torture and sacrifice? Why is nothing being done to ease the fear and distress they cause to the local community? A source within the police department, speaking on the condition of anonymity, tells the Globe, Editor, guys. Tell the Globe that the Fellowship is suspected of involvement in a number of local crimes, but therefore the lack of evidence and reluctance of nervous witnesses to come forth have thwarted any official investigation. Very well, we say. Where the police cannot or will not investigate, the Globe shall continue to act in the interest of Boston citizens, fearlessly exposing the truth of this so-called church and its followers. Our findings will be published in these pages over the following months so that all may know the truth. Editor's note: it is great sorrow that the Globe announces the death of reporter Howard Aldelstone, who was leading the paper's investigation into the Fellowship of Gig, where he apparently drowned in the Boston Harbor. Sure. The coroner's ruled his death as suicide. Our condolences go to his family.
The drawer holds an ancient manuscript. The symbols on the front seem to be written in classical Greek.
Ooh, wait a minute. Did I get something wrong? Let me check. I think... Yo, Panoptica. This is the Panoptic manuscript. I almost missed this one. Here you go. The manuscript looks medieval, but claims to be from a translation from classical Greek of a work far older than before the time of humans. The pages are stained, faded, and even burned in some places, making reading difficult. Illegible sections tell the history of unthinkable distant antiquity. They speak of races so strange as to be beyond human comprehension, and wars fought across the vast gulfs of time and space. They are concepts so utterly alien that sound like absolute madness. Time travel, flying pops, mental projection, the great race of Yith. It makes you dizzy just to read it. Which probably takes away our sanity. Remember, we've got no indication of our sanity. It's just wears away, and we start to see things.
There are definitely some strange sounds coming from this side of the room.
So I'm sure checking out that creepy sound around the corner here, handsome W, will be just fine.
Shit, that did not.
Oh, that certainly didn't sound good. This is pro. Well, we're not going back up that way.
That's just swell.
Well, Jack said it for me. All right, then, so down further into the creepy murder basement. Lots of dead bodies.
He's dead. The beam must have fallen and crushed his skull.
Well, that might be my bad, sorry. All right, calm down. Calm down, Jack. Deep breaths. Deep breaths. We're not going to let you lose it now. Just started the game.
My God. There are bodies buried in the walls.
Good grief.
At least that explains the stench. Some of them have been here a while.
So, how... Okay, that's right. OSHA hasn't been invented yet. Lots of steam, falling masonry. I don't think this place is up to code, but this probably the code doesn't exist. So, yeah. Curious why they have these.
Medical charts on the human anatomy. Medical charts on the human anatomy.
I don't think that's just rust.
This sink would be used for scrubbing up.
Is that a skull in there?
It's dry and stained with old blood. I don't think it's been used recently.
Don't want to know. Okay, Jack. Looks like we're in a morgue of some sort.
And plenty of them.
Wait.
Something dreadful has been going on down here.
So, how many cultists were there, and why did they install an entire morgue? Or was that tunnel to the morgue? I can't imagine the morgue is out here.
In all my time on the job, I've never seen anything like this before.
They're all...
Markings.
Ooh, bugs.
I wonder if he volunteered.
So, yeah, creepy cults. Apparently they're into human experimentation as well.
It looks like the bodies have been mutilated. If my instincts are right, I'd say they've been experimenting on each other.
Wow. You think you do strange things when you're bored.
Seems like these cabinets are used for storing chemicals and medical equipment. Seems like these cabinets are used for storing chemicals and medical equipment.
Why do I think I'm not going to like what's through this door? Well... Always shut the door behind you. Be polite. Also, things sneaking up on you are going to have to open it. So, you know, you'll hear them coming. Oh. Yeah. I don't think this was sanitary. So, let's take a quick look around, shall we? We've got a pair of kidneys, apparently still working. Some intestines, perhaps. Is that a brain? This guy got, like, his brain disconnected and connected to the body? Is this... No, his heart's certainly gone.
Good God! What the hell is all this? I've never seen such equipment before. Who could have made such a machine?
Probably Lovecraftian horrors. I mean, the thing about Lovecraft is people seem to forget he was actually a science...
I've never seen equipment like this before.
How about this?
Looks like his stomach.
Ugh. Why would you... Is this some sort of cybernetic experiment? But yeah, the Lovecraftian horrors are actually aliens, not gods. And, you know, they have technology. Like the Migo, for example, can separate a person's brain from their body. And apparently the Yith are into human surgery as well.
The contraption above seems to be controlling his breathing.
So the lungs are here, the brain is over there. I don't know why they took out the kidneys.
Beating heart.
Yeah. So this just looks terribly inefficient. I'm serious. I mean, why do you just disconnect a person and then reconnect the pieces at remote?
Looks like his brain. I wonder what those wires are for. This pipe must drain the waste from his intestines.
I was right about that.
Looks like his kidneys. They're moving around in all that liquid.
Okay. And there's a big green glowing button. Oh, this is probably going to be something I regret.
Oh, shit.
Ugh. Turn it off! Turn it off! Turn it off! Oh. That was probably a bad idea. I do hope that noise wasn't a Geiger counter. Okay, kryptonite.
The crystal's still warm.
So I'm guessing that was the power supply keeping him alive. Sorry?
The machine must have overloaded. He's dead.
Well, that's their fault for not having these controls labeled. Okay, let's just try to pretend we didn't murder a sentient being. The hell
This
is that?
tunnel feels like it's gonna collapse at any moment.
Ugh. Probably the least of our worries. Alright then, people. What's next in your basement of horrors? Hello? Ooh. Well? What could it hurt, right? Oh, there we go. That was easy. Let's grab one of these too.
Ah! It's too hot to pick up.
Alrighty then. Great chamber from H.R. Geiger's imagination. Wet organic sounds. Radioactive kryptonite. This looks like it's gonna go well. Alright then, let's try using the crystal here. Ah, there we go. Now that we have the kryptonite powering this, let's see how much damage we can do with a third button press. Cross your fingers, everyone. Wish for good luck. Oh. Did we just jump outside of reality? Don't probe me.
The most merciful thing in the world, I think, is the inability of the human mind to correlate all its contents. We live on a placid island of ignorance in the midst of black seas of infinity, and it was not meant that we should voyage far.